they knew they were going to see the 1-3-1 and the 2-3 zone, and sure helps when not just one guy, but multiple guys can make some threes, and that kind of, along with your good defense, kind of were the two separations in the game, don't you think?
Yeah, those streaks, when we made some threes, made some outside shots, and you know, their changing of defenses, their multiple defenses, is always going to give you, you know, a little bit of a struggle just because you don't see it. And then we talked to them about how they swarm the ball when it goes inside, and we told them you can't dribble. You got to make a play and score it or pass it out of there. And the first couple times we get it down there, we dribble. But no, those two segments of the game, you know, were the difference. And when guys step up and make shots and be patient, you know, it makes everything look good. But I was pleased. I thought DJ Bird, you know, probably, you know, was the MVP of the game in terms of just from his ability to pass, and he changed the game at the end of the first half with his decision making. And that's what we need him to do. You know, we need him to make good decisions, make good plays, take his open shots, and be a facilitator, for lack of a better word. You know, that's something we miss, you know, with Rob being out there. And you could really see when he got in there and made those plays at the end. He got each one, the three at the end. He got John Hart a three on top of the key, and he got Jawan that post up just because of pass faking and just having some savvy and making the right basketball play.
His, you know, I know you talked about still playing him some at the 4, but before October 16th, I know you talked, you know, maybe playing him out on the floor more, so his mindset had to, but he seemed to grasp that pretty well, hasn't he?
Yeah, you know, he understands what's going on, and just taking his time and not having a predetermined thought, just taking what the defense gives him, and you know, he has some savvy and knows as a feel for the game, so that really helps him in that regard. When we break up, he still goes with guards, but you can see the decision making when you put him in there at the 4, along with the threat of Jawan down there with some other shooters. But he's done a good job for us. He's worked very hard to get to this point.
Might that mean, depending again on the opponent, the defense, you know, you might start Pat some, you might start DJ some?
I'm not really worried as much, you know, about starting. I thought DJ was such a, he changed the game at the end of the first half. I thought, you know, we're going to lose momentum if we don't start him in the second half. I thought he was that much of a difference at that time. And then he makes a good pass to start the second half and makes a 3 right away. So it worked out for him. I just, you know, you try your best. You know, sometimes you go in rhythms when you win 10, 12 games in a row. You don't want to mess with the lineup, even though somebody's played well. And I like to go back with starters the second half, the same guys. But I just thought he deserved that. And he deserved more minutes than he got. But, you know, in a game like that, when we were able to push it out, you know, he was able to play and be solid for us.
Did you like your team man-to-man defense?
I thought it was better in the second half, even though we didn't do a terrible job in the first half. We're still jumping too many times when guys are shooting pull-ups and runners and attacking the basket. We got to take some charges there. And the one thing about staying on your feet when a live dribble's coming at you is now you're on your feet and you have the opportunity to go rebound the ball. But when you're constantly trying to block shots and you're not a shot blocker, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So we got too many bigs trying to block shots, and we do have a good shot blocker, and you know, it's something we encourage with him. But we also encourage him to get big. You can't try to block everything, and we need to work on that. I think if we can put some time into that and get better, it can really help our team defense.
Matt, what has Travis Carroll been doing for you in practice? Obviously, getting 8 rebounds in 15 minutes or something like that's probably pretty good for him.
Yeah, well, that's something in recruiting that, you know, he always averaged around 13 to 14 rebounds in high school, and that normally translates to college. And he, you know, actually he hasn't gotten as many rebounds in practice as we thought he would. But tonight, you know, he did a very good job. He had a chance to get a rebound there at the end off a free throw that he didn't jump to get. So, you know, he could have had more. You know, he's just got to keep working. He's got to learn to be more physical. And the sooner you can learn to be physical without fouling, especially in our conference, it really can help you. And so just putting his body on other people's body and just trying to wedge out space, especially when shots go up.